Hi y'all, it's Bonnie from Bonnie's Bargains. Today I will be cooking a easy peasy peach cobbler. So easy and so good. So let's get started. Okay, so I took a 9 by 13 baking dish and I've already sprayed it with the no stick spray. And I always get butter, like a little buttery taste, especially when I'm doing the peach cobbler. So the reason I like to spray it ahead, I get it good on the sides and the bottom, and it's drying while we talk. Now the next thing we need is butter or margarine, and this is 8 tablespoons. And you know this is considered a stick of butter. So, okay. So 8 tablespoons. So that's a stick of butter. Then we're going to need a cup of sugar and a cup of flour. There we go. Just all-purpose flour, by the way. And then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now, for those of you that are just learning how to cook, whenever you use baking powder, you do not use self-rising flour. That's the reason we just go with the regular flour, okay? Because we are going to be using 1 teaspoon of the baking powder. And then a dash of salt, and then 1 quart of peaches, which is 4 cups. And I just go ahead and I buy, it is actually 29 ounces. So I bought the Del Monte, and this is 4 cups. So, but any peaches will do, any of them, so. Okay, so let's get started. So the very first thing that I did was I have already preheated my oven to 350 degrees because we're gonna have to cook it for 1 hour. But I'm going to put the description or the recipe in the front load under my description. So you'll have the recipe, so don't worry about having to write everything down because it'll be there for you. So, okay, now it says to melt this in the pan. Just stick it in the oven, let it melt. So I'll go ahead and I'm just going to stick it in the microwave, and I let it melt in the microwave. And of course, I top it so it doesn't spray everywhere. So I'm going to do that for about 1 minute. Slippery fingers. So what I was going to tell you is that I hope you're having a really good day. For me, I had to go to the dermatologist today, so if you zoom in, I haven't had a fall. The dermatologist won. So I had to have some, and believe it or not, it was cancerous, so I had some little cancerous things removed from the side of my nose, on my eye, and then they actually did a biopsy. I'm sure if you really watch my YouTubes that you've seen that I have this thing right above my lip, right under my nose. And I have a lot of cold sores, and so I thought that it was a cold sore. So he said, well, it's not looking too good, but he went ahead and did a biopsy, and I should be hearing from that soon. didn't melt all the way. I want to get it all the way melted, and then I slosh it around and get the sides so there's not a lot of sticking. But anyway, he took a biopsy, so it should be about 3 or 4 days, and I'll let you know how that goes. Not too concerned about it, but even if it turns out to be anything else, I'm fine, I'm good. I've been, you know, just like all of you, you go down so many trails, so many journeys, so many roads, that all of a sudden you just really have to just put it out there and let whatever you believe in, for me it's God, just take control and let it be His plan. But it was a little, I was a little taken back, because when I went into the dermatologist, I said, you know what, just freeze this thing and zap it off and I'll be fine and I'm out of here. And he looked at it and he said, no, it's not gonna happen. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. Going to see, you know, what's going on, what he has to say. Okay, I'm making a little bit of mess. Okay, so you can see that it is melted now, and I'm just going to take it and go around like this. Get the little sides. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side. Now comes the mixture. So we've melted the butter. The next thing we're going to do is put the flour in, which is 1 cup, regular flour. And then we're going to put in the sugar, which is 1 cup. And then the baking powder, which is 1 teaspoon. I hope you got, you know what, as long as it's easy, I so enjoy cooking. But I just get great value. You know, I just about get great value on everything, unless I go in to Walmart's and they don't have anything, and I get a lot of things at the Dollar Tree now. So Smith's, so wherever I'm at, that's where I'm picking up that day. So then a dash of salt. We've been over this before, but for those that's just starting out cooking, this is what my mom always told me. Pinch it. And I give it about 2 pinches to be a dash of salt. If you only do 1, that's 1 pinch. But if you do 2 pinches, it's a dash. And then you add the milk. And the milk is 1 cup also. So you're going to put that in there. Okay. So really, that's everything that you mix until we get to our peaches. So I'll show you how the batter looks in just a second. So I'm going to mix this up. And while I'm mixing this up, I got these on sale at Walmart, the bowls. And they are from Pioneer Woman. I tell you what, when you get these things on sale, they're so reasonable, and I love them. These are the best bowls. I use them for everything. Even storing in the refrigerator. So I'm getting this mixed up really good. I always look on the bottom while I'm stirring, and I'm making sure that I get the flour and the sugar, then having a really good consistency. Because if you don't get everything blended in together, it's not as good. Okay, so let me show you, that's it. So let me show you what this looks like. There you go. That is my mixture. Okay, so you're going to take the mixture, and then you're just going to pour it into the pan that has the butter. And when I do this, I have to pour it like this. I don't have that much strength in my hand, so I just go around and pour it right on top of the butter. Now what happens is when you get this in and on top of the butter, do not stir it, because what's going to happen with the way that this mixture is, it will self-rise itself, and so no mixing, it will rise itself. Okay, so I emptied out all of that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to cover this mixture without stirring it with the fruit. Let me get another spoon that I'm comfortable with. So I just take the peaches. Oh, and these are sliced peaches, by the way. You don't want whole ones. And I just put it around the pan. Smells good already. And you just sort of dump them in there really gently, because you're going to pour the juice on top, especially since these aren't fresh peaches, and you get that good old peach taste. Be sure to spread them out so you have peaches all around in your batter. Okay, now I'm going to take the syrup from the peaches and I'm going to pour, not all of it because it'll make it soupy, but just enough to give it a consistency of that peach taste. And that's what I have left, which is maybe a half cup of juice. So I'm not going to use that. Now you can see what it looks like. And that's all there is except for baking. Now when it gets through baking, ice cream, vanilla ice cream or Cool Whip, but my very favorite is ice cream right when you take it out of the oven and it's hot and you put that ice cream on it. Oh my goodness. Goodness. Okay, so I've already preheated my oven to 350. Okay. And again, I'm going to set my timer for an hour. So, when it gets through cooking, I'll be back over your way and let you see what it looks like. Again, this is so easy, guys. You have to try it. Let me know how you like it. And I hate to get up close because you're gonna be like, oh my goodness. See my eye, my nose, and then my biopsy place. But anyway, okay, I'll be right back. Okay, we're ready for that oven to go off. So let's take this out and see what it looks like. There you have it. It looks so good, so good. So, I say we need a taste test. Okay, let's see what we got here. It's hot. That is so good. That's it for the day, guys. I'm gonna go get Ed. We're gonna have some peach cobbler and ice cream. You gotta try this. I cooked it exactly an hour. Perfect. I would like for you to like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and hopefully you will subscribe to this video and hit the bell. And that way you will be notified every time I do a new video, such as cooking or chatting or hauls. Let me know what you'd like to see. But in the meantime, have some peach cobbler, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.